My cheating wife sent pictures to me from hotel and I decided to. Hi everyone, welcome back to another Reddit cheating story. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you won't miss another cheating story goes live. Wife of 5 years cheated on me a little over a month ago, and we've been separated since. I've started the divorce process and we had a phone call to discuss some of the details. We kept texting afterwards. I was very detached and didn't talk about how I am doing, or my feelings. Today it got sexual. She sent me a couple of nude pictures, and I tried to keep my replies cold and distance myself, but I couldn't. As soon as I saw the first nude, I immediately got a huge boner. I haven't had sex since, not have been able to think about it much. My STBXW is hot, and we always had amazing sex, so I couldn't hold back much. I've agreed to meet her at the hotel she's staying at temporarily, but now that a couple of hours have passed since we last texted, I'm having second guesses. I told her this would change nothing between us and she said she understood. But I'm now back to picturing her with the other dude, remembering all the texts I saw exchanged between them, and my sexual desire faded. On the other hand, this is the longest I've been without having sex since I can recall, so her invite sounds extremely appealing. Even though I'm very certain I want to move forward with the divorce, I'm afraid if we have sex something will change within me and I start moving towards reconciliation. Has anyone been in this situation? How did it work out for you? Edit, it seems there's a consensus on this being a bad idea. Also, I'm now in post-nut clarity, and I very much agree. Can't believe how cloudy it all was before. I've called it off. I really appreciate all of your help. Update. You're going to think I'm an idiot, but please read until the end because it had a good outcome. So I went to her hotel to drop some of her stuff off, after previously saying sex would not happen. We were supposed to meet in the lobby, do the handover, and go our separate ways. On the drive there I was running through possible scenarios where she would ask me to go up, and I would always say no, so I wouldn't get caught off guard. I meet her. She asks if I can help with carrying stuff upstairs. The bags were heavy, and I didn't want to be an asshole, so I said sure. We go up, I stay at the door. She asks if I want to go in, I say no. She says we don't need to talk, it's just a primal need, I say I already told her no and why. And I go away. I get to the car and she starts texting me with the same story about the primal need, we don't need to talk, she was so wet when we were in the elevator, etc. I should have known, before I left the house, that masturbating once would not quench my high sex drive, even if it's not so high these days. At this point, her texts were the naughtiest they had ever been. My heart was racing. But I kept telling her no and then she had some photos of me she could masturbate too. She said she could only come if I was watching. And I said sure, I can watch. She video calls me in the car. She strips naked. She says she wants to play our videos, but she can't because she's video calling me. There are people walking past the car. So she asks me to go up. I tell her sure, but I'll only watch, and this won't change anything. She agrees. I go up. I sit on the bed. She plays our videos and starts masturbating. I'm still fully clothed. This goes on for a good 20 minutes, and I'm just there telling her no, and that we won't have sex, all the while managing to sneak some comments about her being with the other guy. She asks if she can hold my dick. At this point I give in a bit, and strip naked too. My body is the fittest it's ever been and I want her to see it. I want her to know that even though the other guy was more fit, he wasn't the whole package. Anyway, fast forward to her coming twice, asking me to come in her mouth, and I refuse. No penis in vagina action of any sorts. I held strong through it all. She started crying after she came the second time. Saying she was sorry, and that this was the happiest she had been in a while, even if it didn't go anywhere. For all the lies she said, I really believe she was being honest. I held her for a while. I got to see her mental state, her living out of a hotel room, her skinny body, she lost so much weight, and I couldn't help but feel some compassion for this human being. She had been telling me about these things and I thought it was just manipulation, but she's not having it easy at all. I said I needed to go, put my clothes in and left. She thanked me, and said that she would be there if I wanted to do it again. Today, I'm feeling great. I haven't felt like this at all for the last month. I don't feel so great because I couldn't keep myself from entering her room, but I did something selfless for another person and managed to keep a boundary when it was the hardest, no pun intended. And more than that, I finally got the proof that I could not get back with her because the mental images of her with another guy came fast. I saw her as the person she had always been and not the person whose image I built in my head, and I understood how unhealthy the relationship would be if we kept going. I'm not proud, but I guess it was worth it. Perhaps. I'm trying to think of ways of how she can use this against me, other than emotionally, and I can't come up with any. The only thing I see is her saying that I used her for sex while she was in a fragile emotional state, but she's a consenting adult and we've made it clear to each other what this would be. Check into the legal ramifications of sex after infidelity as it relates to a separation or divorce. In some states, this is relevant. Also, why would you want to do this when you can have sex with someone you aren't sure will betray you? Find anyone else. More than likely, she's just using sex to try to manipulate you out of the divorce. I'm not in the States, but I can't find anything that points towards this being relevant in the divorce. I'd love to be able to go on Tinder and find someone. I've gone out to clubs, had girls hitting on me, and I can't move past my mental blocks and hit back. And this is after having a couple of drinks. I need to feel some emotional attachment, and given that I'm pretty much emotionally drained, I can't even get to the point of talking to a girl. I've had one-night stands before, both with girls I met on Tinder and clubs, but it's not something that comes naturally and I don't feel that great afterwards. Sent you some nude pics and now you're second-guessing yourself, probably sent the same pics to OM but he turned her down. So you're her backup plan. Yeah, it's a great idea, go fuck her and then watch her fuck your life even more. Big huge red flag. She can say you abused her or sexually attacked her. Dude, jerk off and don't let your penis do your thinking. Even if you don't think she is up to anything nefarious, at minimum she is enjoying the control she has. Don't let her make you look like a fool. Sometimes just sex isn't just sex. Don't. My ex had an EA, so he claims, and was leaving me for her. In the months leading up to their divorce he said he doubted the divorce. We had sex a couple of times until he said, AP can never know about this. Letting me know that she either already thought they were together or that he was sleeping with us both. I never felt more used in my life. Don't do it. Divorce, go on Tinder. Have a one-night stand. Don't sleep with her. Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell for any future cheating stories.